How do you know the difference between a polite beach and a rude beach? The polite beach waves. I know, I need help. I'm sorry. I'm a sucker for puns. What's up guys? This is Jackie, your Nerdecrafter, and for this week's tutorial, I want to show you how to make a very miniature beach environment. I love the crystal blue waters, and yes, the waves are actual effects that you make with resin. This is not a reflection. The tiny fish in there also add a little bit of interest for the eyes. Let's appreciate how small this environment is, including that castle. Since I'm a sucker for puns, I would really love to know what are your best summer puns. Leave them in the comment section below. For those of you new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. There are plenty of geeky tutorials to keep you entertained. And if you have suggestions for future summer tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. The full list of everything we'll be using will be in the description box below. The clay I'm using is from Sculpey, and of course the resin is from Sophie and Toffee. The first thing we're going to do is take our eye pin and we're going to color it in red. It's going to serve as our post for the umbrella, or parasol for those of you who want to be technical. All right, get out of here, you. One of my favorite parts of working with clay is flattening a sheet and then putting a cutter right through and removing the excess. There's something so satisfying about it. Oh yeah, look at that slow removal and pushing out of the circle. But yeah, you see that circle? Yeah, that circle right there, we're not using it. I thought I was going to use that circle, but it turned out I didn't, and I figured it would be still nice to include it. You're going to take a ball of ecru clay, cut the edges so that it's less rounded. It'll make it easier for the tape later on. Put your post and an outline of where your towel is going to go, and then you're going to shape the rest. So it kind of looks like a golf course, but we know it's not. Make sure that the bottom edges are also kind of flat, so push that in. Now take an old toothbrush that you don't use anymore, and you're going to tap that. The reason we're tapping it is so that it gives us a kind of sand texture. And now to work with everyone's favorite clay color, red, because it totally does not stain your fingers and work well with other colors. Hello there, little cotton swab. You're so nice and white and fluffy and totally not stained with this red clay. So yeah, make sure you be careful when you work with other colors. Cut out a circle from your red clay. And that happens more often than I'd like to admit. All right, get out of here, you. Now take a piece of aluminum paper. Take a piece of aluminum paper and you're going to fold it into a kind of dome. Place your red clay on top. That's going to be the top part of our parasol. After you've washed your hand, go ahead and take white and cut out a piece of towel. Place it on your environment. We don't want the towel to be too straight because that would look a little too stiff. And go ahead and make that tiny castle. Of course you can add more details like a shovel and a bucket, but that's entirely up to you. I was pretty happy with that little castle. To make the castle look like it's made out of wet sand, shave some chalk pastels and go ahead and shade it. Cut off the excess wire from your parasol. Use liquid Sculpey and go ahead and put it on. take a ball of red clay and place it on top of the wire. That's going to make it so that later on when we glue the top part, it has something to hold on to. To make tiny fish, I used silver colored clay. And of course, you can make them more detailed, but look how tiny mine are, so I skipped on the details. Now you're going to bake everything, including your little fishies, for 25 minutes at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Here it is, all baked. Now you're going to take any color that you want and make the towel. For me, summer has always been red and white for some reason. Maybe that's because I'm Canadian, but I have no idea why. It's time for the resin. I'm using a blue and a star glitter, but you can use any that you want. The first layer we're going to put is a glittery layer. So put some UV resin in a container and put some glitter and more glitter and mix it up. Put it on your piece, kind of like cookie icing. Feel free to put some star glitter in there, so they're kind of like tiny starfish. And I found the best way to pick up glitter is with your fingers, otherwise you're going to be finding it even a year later. Shine your UV light on the piece. If you don't have UV light, feel free to put it on a windowsill where sunlight is directly hitting. It will just take a little longer. So far so good. Now take some clear tape and put it all the way around your piece. Seal any gaps by putting UV resin, spreading it, and shining your light. And just to let you guys know, I am using a mask for the fumes. It's always better to be safe when you're working with things like resin. Now we're pretty ready to make some layers. Add some UV resin, your fish, resin again, and then your fish until you're happy. The best way to make sure that your fish are going to get seen is to bring them as close as possible to the edge. Of course, you can put them a little bit of everywhere. You can add starfish, you can add crabs, anything that you want, but I kept it fairly simple. Fairly simple. Please make sure you don't come to Nerdecrafter to learn English. Now for the next part, you're going to take some resin.
And let's have some complimentary viscousy shots. Of course, you pour that real slow.
You're going to take a drop of acrylic paint and barely put anything from that drop into the UV resin. Mix it up until it's just barely white. And you're going to spread it right on the edge of the shore. Now to make the beach effect, you're going to take some clear UV resin and put some drops here and there. The drops will actually make the white resin part ways. Once you're happy with how it looks, shine your light. Now do whatever design you want on your parasol. Remove the tape. Hello glue gun, my old friend who's burnt me multiple times. Put some of that glue right on top and put your parasol. Give it a few seconds and it'll hold. Here's our cute little beach environment. I am in love with the way that the waves look right before the shore. All done! So this is before getting ready. And of course, my desk is in this constant state of mess. I've kind of given up. I'm just prepping the ecru, that's a hard clay. Ecru clay for the sand, and I haven't decided yet what I wanted to do for the parasol and towel. I haven't decided the colors I wanted yet, so I'm still working on that. Then I realized from last week we have some detergent lingering around here, so I'm gonna have to clean that. Kind of thinking of a debate between using the colorant versus doing a technique I saw Alex from Polymer make. You know what? I'll just make it on a whim and see which one inspires me the most. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet, but I don't know if orange is going to be there. It might just mix up too much. I don't know. It needs color, but not too much color. All right, let's get doing. Let's get doing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Until then, I will see you in the next video.